Session 3 of Bullying, a Systemic Approach to Bullying Prevention and Intervention, will focus on strategies that educators and teachers can use to address bullying problems school-wide and within their classrooms. In Session 1, we learned that a systemic approach to bullying intervention is necessary for effective prevention of the bullying issue. This systemic approach involves everyone in a system: teachers, parents, students, and administrators. In this session, we will focus on strategies and interventions at the school and classroom level. Specifically for classroom teachers, we will review classroom and playground strategies and interventions. Now, we will review strategies and interventions at the school and classroom level. There are several identified risk factors for schools relating to bullying and victimization. As we review these, keep in mind that these risk factors are indicators and not definitives in relation to bullying and victim identification. These risk factors were found to be common and reoccurring for schools with bullying issues. Research reveals that schools that routinely ignore antisocial behavior among students experience significant bullying issues. Further data reveals that schools that provide inconsistent consequences for students also experience bullying issues. Finally, schools may inadvertently promote bullying by alienating interactions among different populations and groups of students. In terms of the issue of victimization, research reveals that schools that fail to recognize the issue and extent of bullying experience significant bullying issues. A lack of communication between the school and students and school and parents was also a common risk factor in schools troubled by bullying issues. Further data reveals that schools that lacked an openness and willingness to discuss the problem with consultants and experts also experienced bullying issues. Research reveals the following troubling concern. School staff is generally unaware of the extent of the bullying issue. 42% of bullies and 46% of victims reported that they've talked to teachers about the problem. This hints at the need to improve teacher and school response to the bullying issue. More interesting, 71% of teachers and 25% of students indicate that teachers almost always intervene. This wide gap in perception tells us a great deal about the differences in educators and youth. It also shows us that we must address this perception gap if we are to properly address this problem. Teacher intervention for bullying issues is significantly greater in the classroom than on the playground. This may be due to the fact that teachers can more easily observe for bullying behaviors in the classroom setting. The playground setting provides special concerns. For example, bullying and antisocial behavior may occur in groups of students on the playground. To a teacher on duty, this may appear to be innocent conversation and interaction. Heightened teacher attention during playground and common area episodes is critical to bullying prevention. Teacher awareness of student relationships is also key to prevention. So why address bullying? Recent studies suggest that a bullying climate in a school may play an important role in student test performance. Specifically, evidence now suggests that student performance may drop up to 6% in schools with pervasive bullying problems. This research further suggests that we must treat bullying as a school-wide problem and not just an individual concern. The Caring Communities Youth Survey, or CCYS, is administered through iCare to all public and non-public schools in East Baton Rouge Parish every 2 years. This survey gauges attitudes and behaviors regarding substance abuse and violence among students in grades 6, 8, 10, and 12. This data is used in planning prevention programming for schools, for systems, and for school-wide initiatives. For the purposes of this session, we will review the most recent 2010 data regarding bullying. As you can see, bullying declines from grades 6 to 12 for all students. Of great concern for educators is the number of students indicating that they miss school due to bullying issues. Almost 10% of 6th graders indicate missing school at some time in the past year due to being bullied. This number decreases to 4% of 12th graders. iCare seeks to focus bullying efforts at the crucial 6th grade interval in an effort to impact this issue and ultimately improve academic performance. Basically, students who don't feel safe can't learn. Of even greater concern, students who are targets of peer aggression may experience depression and other mental and emotional deficits. Developmentally, aggressive youth are more likely to grow into adult criminals. How we address the problem at the school level may have far-reaching impact for our greater community in the future. So what proven strategies and interventions are appropriate for the classroom and the playground? Teachers, counselors, and educators may educate children via classroom discussion about what bullying is and how to intervene as bystanders. Teachers may also role-play the bully and victim with students in hypothetical situations to help build empathy in their students. Teachers should consistently enforce class rules that reflect school policy. The implementation of a buddy system will help to prevent bullying issues in the classroom. Teaching research-based curricula like Too Good for Drugs and Violence and Second Step, both provided by iCare, will help students to build empathy and better deal with bullying issues. Determining ways in which students can develop positive forms of leadership and experience power in pro-social ways. The following data comes from iSafe.org. 11% of children report that they almost always try to stop bullying. Peers intervene in 11% of playground episodes. However, intervention has only a 50% success rate. 80 to 90% of peers report that it is unpleasant to watch bullying. However, peers are present in 85% of bullying episodes on the playground. 1/3 of all children report that they could join in bullying someone that they don't like. And peers assume many roles in bullying: co-bullies, supports, bystanders, and interveners. Teachers, administrators, and other personnel may face challenges in interviewing the parents of bullies. Teachers may encounter myths such as denial, the "not my child" assertion, the assertion that children need to stand up for themselves, the assertions that bullying is not a real problem. Further, parents of bullies may be unsupportive to school concerns, aggressive and challenging, lack the personal resources to deal with the problem, be helpless, or dismissive. Other factors that may figure in interviewing the parents of bullies include heightened emotions, anger, frustration, and anxiety. Teachers and administrators may also experience parents who feel the need for retribution, are helpless regarding the problem of bullying, may want the school to do more, and also may be dismissive. Research indicates that the following approaches do little to effectively address bullying when used in isolation. Short-term solutions, such as assemblies and one-time speakers. Program of the day approaches. Group treatment or self-esteem programs for bullies. Anger management training for bullies. Mediation to resolve bullying. Bullies and victims should never be brought together to mediate an issue until separate interventions, including empathy development for bullies and counseling for victims, is employed. We can all avoid the following myths. Bullying is a normal part of growing up. Children who bully will just grow out of it. Children are always best left to resolve their own conflicts. Children's conflicts reflect play fighting and teasing, which do no real harm. Sometimes victims provoke attacks. Adults should not encourage tattletelling. Remember to instruct children that telling is to get someone out of trouble, whereas tattling is to get someone into trouble. It is essential that children tell an adult when they or someone else is not safe. Other missteps regarding bullying include calling everything bullying, labeling students as bullies, beliefs that girls are bullied more than boys, excusing bullying behavior, such as boys will be boys and girls will be girls, belief that girls are bullying more than boys, bringing students together to present their side of the story, bringing together the student bullying and the student being bullied, asking students to apologize, shake hands, or be friends, or the fact that bullying can be resolved by peer mediation. We should also remember to avoid treating bullying and teasing the same, treating bullying and fighting the same, and treating bullying and horseplay the same, assuming anger management is the reason students bully other people, using conflict resolution in resolving bullying incidents, using zero tolerance approach for the bully and the victim acting in self-defense, or assuming that students that bully have a low self-esteem. Schools must record the problem bullying behavior and provide consequences. Educate children about what bullying is and why it is not acceptable. Withdraw privileges and provide formative replacement activities such as a letter of apology, reading and reporting on bullying stories, caring acts, and role-playing the victim with a teacher to develop empathy. Determine ways in which students can develop positive forms of leadership and experience power in a pro-social way. Assess the complexity of the bullying problem. As teachers, we must remember that research teaches that not all bullying requires the same response. 70 to 80% of problems are negligible and transitory. Minor intervention and support is needed. These children's problems will improve. 10 to 15% of bullying incidents may be more concerning and enduring. These children require support and intervention to get them back on track. 5 to 10% of bullying issues are serious and require prolonged, comprehensive intervention. This concludes Session 3. Please click on the link following this video to complete the Session 3 review questions.